Yes, that's right. It's time for Trailer Talk, the only show where 6 self-proclaimed experts react and nerd out on trailers from their unique POVs: editing, sound design, production, marketing, and acting. This week, Bob Odenkirk searches for a goddamn kitty cat bracelet. You'll see. We're talking about Nobody right now. Hey, once again from my coffin here at Retro Replay, Nolan North, and it's time for another Trailer Talk. With me, as always, are my dear friends, Steph, Pagan, Paul, PJ, and Drusephine J. Drusef. Today, right now, coming at you, Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, looking forward to this one.
You do want to sing on that song.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Nobody loves me anymore.
I heard the part, Bumpity Beep, and then I didn't get it till later. But anyway,
we're never getting sponsored.
Let's jump into it. Let's watch this bad boy. I'll be honest. I watched this prior and I love this. So I'm ready. Let me bring this thing up.
Hit it.
This is an R-rated film.
It's rated R.
I can't watch this.
Bob Odenkirk.
So they
By the way, a lot of people don't know. Brilliant comedian.
The Last of Us.
Mr. Matthews,
Yeah, he is a comedian.
did you even take a swing?
no, hey now.
Hey now.
Heard you had some
Actually,
excitement
if you're gonna kill
I
someone
wish they'd
with a
have
golf
picked my
club,
place, you know?
a wedge.
Oh, I hate that neighbor already.
I think. Did you see that coffee mug?
So retro
trying to
replay?
keep the damage to a
No, but I saw the coffee mug too, and I'm like, is that what I thought that is? I don't know.
By the way, see that punch in the wall? I did that once drunk. Not a good idea. And just the idea that he's hitting it multiple times.
He didn't learn the
so
first time.
very badly wants out.
Punks on a bus. Punks on a bus.
Ding
What are you
ding.
still doing here, old man?
Empties the gun.
That's ballsy.
That's
That's
confidence.
serious business
Yeah.
right there.
If somebody did that to me and I was 3-on-1, I'd run. I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy's too fucking crazy.
Like, that's all I need to know.
See, this is like, I'm loving this. It's like John Wick for older guys.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Producer John Wick.
There you
What
go.
you put John Wick in, I'm in. I am
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Everybody get to the basement.
this is my
Love
favorite.
this.
He's got a panic room.
Don't call 911.
Listen, if you marry a dude with a panic room,
Yes.
Hey, by the way, how do you know this isn't a
The
panic
last
room
guy
I'm
anyone
in
wants
right
to
now?
see at their door. Because it meant
The selfish thing is it only fits one.
in. Everybody is such a bad shot in these movies. That's what I don't get.
Except him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Like everybody shoots like me playing Halo.
When you left, you
all
abandoned
over
a certain debt that needs
Or
your
me
payment.
going to the bathroom.
And your creditors are aware of your resurrection.
Like, by the way, I'm
car chase. I'm in.
They came after my family.
It's so cliche on so many levels, but I am watching.
Don't fucking
man.
do that.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
So this is kind of like a John Wick has humor.
I don't reach the middle age. It's every
Yeah,
middle-aged
fair.
guy that can't fight anymore, and they're just like, yeah, okay, this is what I would do.
Look at the cat on the table.
Oh my god.
yeah. I like that line too, guys.
In theaters only.
In theaters only? Well, you're not going to do too well.
It
Is
got
that it?
delayed. It got delayed 4 times so they can put this in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Oh my
it's
God.
It's scheduled
Really?
for April 2nd.
So theaters will be open then, huh? Okay.
I love that we have some like great lines in the trailer,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't feel like that's like it. Like they shot their wad on the whole thing in
I
the
hope
trailer.
not.
But I love that. A lot of people don't pick this up, but I love the line with his kid where he said, "You don't look too good. Had a rough night." And he says, "You should see the other guys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Plural. You should see the other guys. I mean, that would make, if I was this kid, I'd be like, do you want me to take the garbage out?
Yeah.
Like right now? It's not trash day. I'll do it.
Do you know that Odenkirk, he trained for 2 years to do this movie because he wanted to do the fight things. 2 years
awesome.
he trained for this.
That's incredible.
Well, you know,
cool.
he used to do the Mr. Show with Bob and David Cross, and he's a brilliant comedian. He's funny. He's a writer.
Yeah.
He's been acting for years, and then better with Breaking Bad, and then Better Call Saul.
It's awesome. I love
Yes,
Better Call
yeah.
Saul. It's so
Another
good.
one of these guys that have comedic roots that are
my
really
God.
good dramatic actors and have that great. He's like a little bit of a schlumpier Bruce Willis everyman quality.
Yeah.
For sure.
This is my middle-aged kind of decadent like fantasy. Just the idea that somebody messes with you. You've just been out of the game for a while. And it's like, and your kids are like, Dad, you're kind of a pusher, and then turns out you're a straight up killer.
So good.
It is a little cliche, though, like violent guy becomes violent again because his past catches up with him. I mean, it's like it's been done to death.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
It's Bob
I know.
Odenkirk,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But that against typecasting is what makes it more interesting. If they had to put like Jean-Claude Van Damme or somebody like that, it'd be
Oh,
like,
it's been awful. Yeah.
Because I'm worried that the trailer shot its wad. Like it had everything in there. I hope they didn't do that. But it's the guys from John Wick. It's the 87 North and David Leitch. I mean, I'm in. And the writers, the guy that wrote John Wick, I'm in. And it's going to be campy. It's going to have those little things, and that's why I'm going to watch it. So I love the John Wicks.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely got to watch this. I don't care if the trailer looked like it had. I just don't care. I want to watch it. I want to watch it right now.
Yeah,
I
it's the
agree.
kind of movie that you chew your popcorn so hard that you bite your tongue.
Yeah.
It's one of those. And you don't care. It's like, it tastes blood. Want blood popcorn. That's great. I'm like him.
I don't think it could be overstated, though, like the fact that it's Bob Odenkirk. I mean, I remember the first scene that I saw him in Breaking Bad. He was just an absolute scene stealer, And I mean, if you took this same movie and put Keanu Reeves in there, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
The
Bob
director,
Odenkirk, he's a man.
this is going to be violent. The director made Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that has some
this is going to be violent.
really cool like gunplay and like the way they shot a lot of the scenes in Hardcore Henry is like you've never seen that kind of filmmaking and like with action before. So, and I think you saw a little taste of that in the trailer with like the just the way you see like the gun, you see the close up of the gun and it twists and you see his hand
love
kind
that
of
shot.
come in and grab it. Like stuff like that felt like Hardcore Henry right off the bat. I mean, what else can you say except give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet? I mean,
I love that line.
that is,
My favorite.
it's so good. I mean, and then obviously this is, everybody said it. It's inspired by John Wick. It's got the guys from John Wick. But when I watched this, all I could think about was like, I feel like it's paying homage to The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis. And you mentioned that, Nolan. Like it kind of feels like the everyman Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And to me, like The Last Boy Scout is one of the greatest dark comedy buddy cop action films ever made. But like what I think this trailer does is it nails the comedy that I feel like John Wick is a little, sometimes doesn't always get it. There's comedy there, don't get me wrong, but this to me leans heavy into that as well as the body count. You're going to get that. And I mean, listen, if it wasn't COVID, I'd be there Sunday afternoon on a rainy day watching the hell out of this. But I'm also kind of excited to veg out with a bunch of Guinnesses and at home and laugh my ass off and watch.
Yeah, I don't need to go to a theater to see this. I'll do it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I mean, but I also
I
looked
could
at the
go either
credits,
way.
and I didn't catch him in the trailer. I'd have to go scrub through it again. But Christopher Lloyd's in this movie, and so I'm already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, full stop, let's do this.
Yeah, another funny little tidbit. I mean, I know like they're so playing to the John Wick audience. They're so playing to the people that love that because Marisa won't watch this. It's just to be too violent for her. Do you know how they marketed this in the beginning? Do you know where they bought time to market it solely in the beginning?
No.
Lifetime television for women.
UFC fights.
Oh.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So, like, talking about playing to their base. So this was advertised in the beginning just to UFC fights. I was like, that was brilliant. That's just brilliant.
See, that's why I'm not in that business, because I would have put it on with like Chip and Joanna Gaines, because I feel like people who love shiplap would watch this movie.
TLC.
Like demoing the basement.
Yeah, no, pretty much. It's like, hey, do you want to build your own panic room? Stay with us. Be right back.
The tie-in is brilliant.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I think outside the box, even though I'm in a box.
Yeah.
I wonder though, and like you drew that thing you talk about with the gun and that flipping. I'm thinking, how much rehearsal did they have to do? Do you know what I mean, to make those shots work? And how many takes did they have to till somebody said, okay, that's right? Like, I think they had to have an editor looking in the monitor when they do this stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you could see it right from the get-go. Or I mean, just the way the pacing of the trailer is great too, and the way they utilize the music.
Oh, I love this trailer from an editing POV. I mean, right off the get-go, I mean, we've talked about the gun barrel like already a million times, but like I love that shot. And I think the sound design along with the editing was fantastic. When he's punching the wall and you hear boom, 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 and then you go to a cut, like I loved that. So I think it looks like it's going to be a really cool movie, editing-wise. I'm excited, and I would watch this in theater or at home.
I wanted to know if they did much previs, like how much previs was done on this, because the shots are, it's like watching a ballet sometimes. And you can't just get in there and go, okay, we're going to do one here and one from there, and we'll come back this way and get this, and I don't know, let's put a 50 on here, we'll try that. No, I think they went from shot to, like, it had to be laid out so intensely.
I mean, I can think about, like, I mean, it's almost like you lay out a big board, right? And you're like, okay, I got 6 guys about to attack this house. Like, how are they going to go about getting in this house? And where is Bob Odenkirk? Where is his family? And then, like, you have to, like, draw out, like, where everybody is and how he executes. And, like, I mean, that has to be completely just staged and down to the, like, so precise in order to do that.
You hope. You hope.
Well, yeah, and you hope, and also so that the audience understands where the characters are, you know, like, and so it feels dynamic. It looks like I mean, the trailer right away shows that. I feel like they did a good job. Yeah. Paul, did you notice the beginning of the trailer is like one of those build trailers, right? Like, it's kind of got the wall punching, and then like the guy's like shaking his like protein shake, and then they incorporate that sound throughout the trailer. Like, how hard is it to do that, to make it like feel like almost like a musical beat?
Well, because I mean, Stephanie knows that, you know, most editors will edit to music, right? So I think they kind of conceptualize that and start cutting everything to the music. Interesting, again, that I think every single trailer that we've watched now has used an old song, a cover of an old song. So, which was kind of fun, because on this one I would say it's because of familiarity.
Yes.
Because something psychologically clicks with you. You go, I've heard this before, and you're instantly more,
and I like it. Yep.
have more, you know, are prone to like it. So, but it's funny because this one, even though it's called Nobody, and then they did that little, you know, that little scat part that's in the original song, it didn't really click to me till the end, and it was just a whole nother cool thing where I'm like, oh man, that's pretty smart. So I loved it.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a good stunt film. I love all the John Wicks, so I'm a big fan. So watching the trailer, and I was like, this feels so much like John Wick. I hope it's not a ripoff. And then it's like from the producers of John Wick. I'm like, oh, thank God. But I think what you said, Nolan, about Bob Odenkirk's like background and everything in comedy, I think this is what will make the film. The comedic timing of this actor and this casting is just going to make this film stand out, because like PJ said as well, like, this has been done so many times. We've all seen these kind of films come back and forward, from like Peppermint to whatever. So I'm excited about it. I love a good stunt film. I don't know any film that's done it this way, with this kind of twist of comedy and everything. And the kitty bracelet thing just got me. I'm like, yes, I'm in. I really like this. This is gonna be swell.
Well, you know,
so yeah, I'm a big fan. I think
agree.
It's gonna be good.
I agree. You know, I think one thing that's funny, and I swear this is true on my children's lives. People have asked me. They said, if you could make a movie or a show, what would you want to do? And I swear to you, it's identical to this. The idea that you're just this normal guy that, you know, your wife and everything. Oh, he went, like for me, he went to play baseball in college, do this thing, and then and I had an idea where the kids look it up. Hey, I want to see what his stats are, and then they look and they go, "They have stats? I don't see that." And it turns out he was like a CIA operative badass, and something happens. It was like almost like this because I thought, this is in my DNA. This story, I love the idea that it's like the underdog story. And you find out he's not an underdog. He's a pit. I mean, he's a pit bull, but he's lived his whole life where he's and that's why I love Odenkirk. And in a movie like this, especially, you're talking about John Wick. There's no break, and I think what a lot of movies do really well, and I think go back to like Uncharted as a game. What it does really well is it gives you just the right amount of comedy, or not comedy, humor. To give the audience a break, and as an actor, that's that's something that I am very conscious of. It's just, and Odenkirk does it so well without trying to be funny.
Right.
It's just he has this certain personality, because, like for me, I love John Wick, but when people say John Wick, do you know what I think of first?
A candle?
No, he killed his dog. They killed his dog.
He killed his dog.
And I'm like. I had the, Last of Us 2. I have that problem. I don't want to kill dogs. Okay,
but the kitty bracelet to me is the
great.
dog version, is the comedic version of the dog.
Right.
Like
right.
That's the driving the you killed my dog. You took the kitty bracelet.
This is what I'm saying. It's like you're getting a break from that. With the dog, it's like I'm just. If you kill my dog, it's just, and I'm that badass. I'm an unstoppable force, and it's
so
just,
true.
it's just I'm just gonna find you until you're dead. Then I'm gonna,
Yeah, but that was great with John Wick,
so I can kill you again.
When they killed the dog, and you knew it's who John Wick was, you're just like, oh my God, you're gonna get so much hurt put upon you.
Yeah,
like
totally.
it was just because if you kill a dog, if you even kick a dog in a movie. You know you're coming to some horrible death.
Totally. Yeah,
but
who's the villain here?
Yeah.
Who's the villain here?
Right.
Put your hand up if you kicked a dog. Oh, you'll be dead soon. You'll be
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, but,
Totally.
but that's the problem that's the only problem with John Wick is it's really hard to infuse that humor when the stakes are raised that high by that level of an event that a guy kills a puppy. It's not even a dog, it's a puppy. It's a little puppy that his wife left. Oh.
I think
So angry about it.
I have to
Nolan's
say
having
though, like
PTSD.
it's similar to what you guys were saying, that like when you're watching John Wick and you see it's Keanu Reeves, you're like, cool, this is great. I can see where this is going. It's great. You killed his dog. Oh, you fucked up. Like shit's gonna happen. This movie opens and it's so unassuming because it's just Bob Odenkirk standing in a nightgown, being interviewed by the police, and he didn't make a move when someone broke into his house, and the kid's like, you could have taken her. It was a woman who broke into his house, and he didn't do anything about it. So you're just like, okay, where is this going? Like, this is interesting. And then the next thing you know, he's on a bus, and he's emptying the gun, and he's like, I'm about to fuck you up. And you're like, what
So
the
good.
hell is this movie?
Yeah.
It's
And then it
so good,
starts,
though.
and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is so cool, yeah. So I
Everybody
love
goes-
this, and casting is perfect.
Everybody says, oh, they come into my house, I'll kill them, I'll do whatever they do. Nope. Most people can't fight back. Most people, they freeze. In self-defense for women, that's one of the things that you're trained not to fight in society, not to hit, and then you come up against a bad guy and you freeze. So
Yeah,
I
but you
thought
see,
they did a good job of that.
Yeah, I love the idea that the way they set up, and the trailer lays it out perfectly. And like you said, I hope they don't show too much, but
Yeah.
there's he's a husband and a father. Okay, so what do you want? You want your wife to be romantic for you, and the great shot of them in bed where there's like the pillow between them, and she couldn't be further away on the edge of the bed. The son, like, you could have taken her, Dad. Oh my God, I've been emasculated by my family. My son thinks I'm a weak loser. As a father, that's the worst thing. It's probably the only thing that keeps me lifting and doing anything kind of workout these days is so my wife thinks I'm hot and my kids don't think I'm a wuss. And
Not working for you, huh?
That That's why I come in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna find Nolan's gonna come into the studio one day, just unload, bullets, dropping bullets from a gun. He's like, "I'm gonna fuck y'all up." Like, oh shit!
And he's ripped.
Comes in with a face tattoo. He's got half his face tattooed.
Yeah.
Nolan, you having a bad day, bud? Did you guys ever see that revenge movie with Kevin Costner and Anthony Quinn called Revenge?
Yes.
That was a good movie. That was a good revenge movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? I just thought it'd be great. You know, someday when we have enough money to do another show for here, it'd be great to take trailers we like and then redo them. Like we're like, I'm the badass in this thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up, and then I drop the gun, and then they beat the shit out of me on the bus.
They just beat the shit out of me.
And then it's my family, and they're not even, and the kids, and they're at my funeral, and the kid's on his phone, not even paying attention. The wife's kind of looking at like one of the guys who carry the casket, and then it cuts. That's the end.
That's it.
That's a great.
It's like a
title though.
story.
Nobody.
It's like a 9-minute movie.
I love those YouTube videos where the guy's all, "Oh, bless you up, I won't beat you, kick shit out of you," and he's all blustering and running around, and the other guy's just standing there, and you think he's going to lose, and the guy walks up and he's like, pop, and the guy drops, and it's all over. That would
Indiana Jones.
That would be like, I'm running through bullets and getting beat. I'd be like,
Save me.
I'd be in the corner crying.
Yeah, I just wonder what. Oh, go ahead, Steph.
Oh, I was gonna say before I forget. Like the one thing I did notice going back to the woman, like his wife. Like at one point, I thought his wife was the one breaking into the house because I could have sworn I saw her face like underneath the mask, and I was like, wait a second.
Wait,
that was just like one
That'd be a weird twist.
plot twist that I had in my mind. I was like,
Yeah, I want to bring up a couple things because I think it's interesting. Is the coffee mug? I feel like is a nod. The WM is a nod to Wexler McGill from Better Call Saul, which I think is could be. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it.
It does look like a WM. I saw.
Oh wow, I missed that.
And so I think like there's some maybe I don't know if it lives in the same universe. I mean, probably not, right? But
I thought that
brother.
was waste management. Our company
Waste-
that
Oh,
takes
yeah,
our
okay.
takes our
but
garbage.
I mean, yeah, probably waste management. Yeah,
Oh.
but
No, I
and then
think
the
you're
other
right.
thing.
No, I bet you're right. I bet it is a nod to that.
And then the other thing I thought, well, because there's like you see the stamps and the gold bars, I don't know, and they call him an
Auditor.
accreditor or
Auditor.
Auditor, yeah.
Like part of me thinks this might be like a prequel to John Wick. Like I wonder if it lives in the John Wick universe. Like because
that
John
would be
Wick
smart.
his whole thing, because there was somebody in the movies of John Wick where they he took over. He had to kill another guy in order to take the mantle that John Wick has, which is like the badass of all time. So I wonder if there's if Bob Odenkirk's character was the character that John Wick had to take out. I don't know. I wonder if they're trying to marry these two stories together.
All right,
I don't know.
Or
yes.
as a guy who used to be on soap opera, handsome, and now I'm just a disaster. Maybe Bob Odenkirk is John Wick. Family, insurance policies will do it to you. Look at this, dead.
I think
dead
you got
inside.
it. I think you got it. That's it.
He's John Wick.
Hot take.
He's
John
he's
Wick in the
gotten older.
future.
Did you
done, guys.
recognize?
That's it.
Did you recognize the wife?
I did not.
I thought it was.
one
Isn't
way.
that
It's
It looked like
Hi-
Diane Lane.
It's Queen Hippolyta from Wonder Woman. Connie
The
Nielsen.
Amazonian
Connie Nielsen?
Queen?
Connie Nielsen? Yeah.
Oh damn.
You
So
missed
it's a
it.
Wonder
think-
Woman movie.
So it is.
I think this is just
Part of the
beat
It's a
DC
Wonder
universe?
Woman, right? He's
There's the tie-in. That's what they're
There
saying.
it
There's
is.
that hot take. Aha.
She got tired and she had to leave, and that's where she ended up.
Yeah. If I had a closing thought, I would say I think this movie is smarter than a simple violent action movie. And here's why. The last shot of the trailer, Bob Odenkirk sitting in a interrogation room, and he's he lights the cigarettes slow, and he takes a big draw, and you hear that because everybody draws cigarettes like that,
Yeah.
it's always so loud. And then it pans out, and you see this kitty cat on the table eating out of a tuna can jar, and a painting, a random painting on. I mean, and he just got blood all over him, and he just looks like hell. The art direction of that shot is just the comedy there, like the subtleness of that comedy is so, I don't know, it just seems so smart to me. Like I feel like this is going to be a smart film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just hope like I'm going to watch it no matter what. I just hope they didn't put everything in the trailer.
That's fair.
You know what the thing is that I like to think that they didn't, because I still have questions about what's going on. So,
do they get the kitty bracelet?
Yes, I want to know.
Oh,
Biggest
they
question.
get the kitty bracelet.
Yeah, don't take that.
And what does
bracelet.
WM stand for? That's
Yes.
the other bit.
Yeah. I think the only thing about this film, like the closing of this, was only in theaters, and Ireland is locked down till May. So I'm like, okay, so I'm never seeing this movie. Much sad, but I'll see it when I guess it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's been moved 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that pop up, be like only in theaters February 22nd, I had to laugh. I'm sorry. Like, in terms of Ireland, we are lockdown after lockdown after lockdown, and we're now to the end of May so far. So yeah,
PJ,
You guys
PJ's
really locked down. You hear
yeah.
that people still
we've
go
locked.
out.
We do not go out. No.
PJ, do you know anything on the business side of that? Like, is there like, there's some movies that are coming out, and then HBO will have first before it'll be on HBO because of COVID, and then in the theaters, or when it's available when theaters are available. Is there some kind of deal that they possibly could have made? Like, why would anyone say only in theaters when they know there's a pandemic? That's bad business. What do you think they're scrambling, or maybe there's a deal on the table where they're trying? They put this trailer out, HBO or somewhere, some Netflix goes, oh man, this looks really good, we'll buy it, and they're just waiting for the highest bidder.
Yeah.
They need to get back into theaters. I mean, everybody wants that to happen.
Yep.
The theater chain got really upset when people like Paramount and HBO, they all made their deals that they're going to go straight to streaming. Everybody, that threatened lawsuits, and then companies like Legendary did the same thing over Dune and the other one, and some deal got made behind the door. So, and what that is, I don't know. Now, here's the thing that you don't realize about theatrical releases. Theatrical releases are nothing more than a great big commercial for all the other rights. Because you understand that in the way the deal is broken down, at the movie theaters, they get 90% of the box office ticket for the first 2 weeks of that release. And then after the 2 weeks, that's gone and a new movie comes in. Because they don't care, because they're making 90 cents on the dollar. The 15th day, they're making 10 cents. They don't care. So if the studios, yes, they make money off theatrical around the world, but they don't make it's a commercial for them. So I'm a little confused as it's just like, are they just not getting the money when they go to Netflix? You know how Netflix gives you 2.5 times your budget, and that's it, and they own the rights in perpetuity forever.
Yeah, it's never a good deal.
That's not the way it used to be, where you used to have 60 territories and 5 levels of sales within that territory, and they staggered that money out so they could play wonky with the accounting. I don't know. Nobody is talking about what those deals are, and for this one to say only in theaters, maybe they pre-sold because this movie started a long time ago. Maybe they pre-sold the streaming rights, and there's not enough money, and then not enough money to recoup, and that's why they got to go into the theaters.
Maybe.
But the math doesn't add up. You're only getting 10 cents on the dollar for the first 2 weeks. I don't get the math.
Then you still get those rights windows like airlines, and then the traditional ones, how it goes down that stream, right?
Because once it's streamed, it's gone. It's all over the world. Like, it's immediately ripped off. It's put on those sites. It's over. So the ability to collect money is insane.
Hopefully they do something.
Yeah, that was a sidebar about the biggest box office of all time now is a third in a series of films for China, but they're the way they do their box office is crazy.
Yeah,
That's a
China now is the biggest movie market in the world because of COVID. Because
only for Chinese-made movies.
Well, no, now.
No, but if it's an American movie, they don't. The books are just. It's a nightmare. Like, I can't remember what year it was. It was something like 2012 or 2010. I'm butchering this, but total box office from China for American movies was $3 million. That's what they reported.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Somebody's keeping their finger on the scale there.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This has been Trailer Talk. Nobody, I think everybody, not nobody, wants to see this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Clever. Yeah. So I think we're all in agreement. Go see Nobody. Only in theaters, or if they've cut a better deal, on your living room, or wherever you enjoy movies. The toilet, through your phone or an iPad. I recommend the iPad.
Bigger screen.
Bigger screen.
Sit on the toilet backwards. You can set it up there and
Yeah.
That's right.
put your elbows on the bowl, and you can be in there for hours. I've done it till my feet went numb and I fell over. But I think I've gone too far.
Yeah.
See you next time. Thanks for watching / listening. Guys, if you want us to talk about a movie or a game or any kind of TV trailer, just let us know in the comments below. Also, if you're into what we're doing, please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by using the join button below. Don't be afraid. Click it.